Hello guys, welcome to my channel, and today I'm here to talk about episode number 14 of Higurashi Sotsu. And this was all I could have asked for. This episode was amazing. I enjoyed it. Throughout the whole episode, I just had a chaotic laughter. I just was enjoying it so much. I was literally the other witch, who has the powers, who is loving this. I was that the way she was laughing, that was me throughout this whole episode. I was literally her. So if you want to picture what I would have looked like watching that episode, that's me, but just male, not exactly looking like her, but everything reactions, it was just same from my side. I enjoyed it, and finally new content, and this in itself was just better than the whole season. It was just insane. So we start off, they don't waste any time. There was some recap, but after that they don't waste any time. They just go, and Satoko shoots her and then shoots herself, and it's over. That was so good to see. I was just waiting for that moment to happen, and at that point when that happened, when she shot her, I was like, it would not make any sense because Rika will remember every time, and it just makes things even worse if Satoko kills her right now, because then she will remember that Satoko killed her, and I think so then all the chances of friendship are gone. Because let's put yourself in Rika's situation, and you have a friend, you have your best friend, and that best friend ends up doing this kind of things to you, killing you again and again and again. At that point, would you want to be friends with them? I don't think so. I had brought up this question in this season only, or the previous season in one of my videos, that would you want to be friends at this point? And also from Satoko's side, would you want to be Rika's friend? Would you like to force your friendship? I don't think so you would like that also. So from both the sides, I think so at this point, if they end up becoming friends, it's kind of stupid, to just gonna be honest, because friendship, I don't think so there should be any chance of friendship here. I think so everything, they have just crossed the line at this point, and I don't think so there's any way of coming back from this. Because you saw how mercilessly Satoko was just killing her again and again. First she shot her with the gun, and then she used a fork there, and it's just funny seeing here these two are killing each other, and there they are playing with a beach ball. It was just funny seeing that. I was just imagining what would their reactions be. They come here and they see Satoko and Rika just lying bloodied, and they don't know what happened, because they were just enjoying their beach ball there, and all of the blood was on the food, so they can't even eat the food now, so bad for them. And then my favorite scene was the pan scene, when Satoko was just warming up oil in the pan, and she just smacked it to Rika. Oh, I love that scene. I just enjoyed it. It was just insane action. At one point they even got their different auras, and they started fighting, which if I can give you one example, it was kind of people say about Naruto, Naruto turned into a thing where it just who can use the biggest attack, it turned into that from all the strategy and small jutsus, etc. It same felt like this, but much more quicker than Naruto, because here in the span of one episode they went from killing each other with knives and pistols and stuff to just completely godlike powers. So it was insane to see. And then they're having their showdowns, shonen-esque showdowns, with Satoko having a metal bat, and then Rika had some kind of a blade, and they were using that. And it was just kind of weird seeing that they were playing it such as a serious scene, and while they are fighting, they're talking about how Satoko should have studied harder. I'm you're killing each other and you're talking about who should have studied harder. And I talked about this point earlier too, about whose side I'm on, and I think so Satoko's in the wrong more, but you have to see from both the sides. Both of them are kind of at fault. Satoko's thing is she wants to be with Rika, she doesn't want, Rika is her closest friend, and so she doesn't want to lose her. And the thing is, she just cannot study, she just does not like studying. And Rika's point of that Satoko, you should study harder, that I'm if Satoko does not like studying, you cannot force her to do that, right? But on top of that, like Rika wants to go to this university. She wants to study, right? And Satoko does not want that because they are like, she cannot study, so she cannot be with Rika, and it's just a whole mess between them. And that's why I said, like, at this point, their relationship, it just cannot exist, in at least in terms of friendship wise. It just cannot exist with the amount of like suffering Rika has gone through because of Satoko, and Satoko at this point being completely insane in terms of like, she just, as you saw, she was just making Rika suffer more and more. She's just pissed off at Rika. It seems like of like you know, the arguments you have in friends, like you have arguments, you get really heated up and you say a lot of shit to each other, and like just by the next day you're just fine. It seems like they're playing it like that, but it cannot be that, because like, they literally killed each other multiple times. Okay, not each other, but Satoko was staying Rika for all of it. Also, one more scene I liked was when they were fighting on the roof and Rika was falling and Satoko just smacked her head with a metal bat. I love seeing that in Higurashi. I think so that's its biggest like selling point, the gore and everything, and I just loved seeing that, the way like Satoko just smacked her head, like Rika's head with the metal bat. It was fun to see. And we see the like Hanyu trying to power up and doing different shit, and the other witch just shows her who the real god is there. Hanyu cannot even touch her at this point, and she's like, you know what, you should erase your existence from everywhere. So now does she mean that Hanyu should die, including Rika, because Hanyu has given powers to Rika? I don't know, maybe. And we still don't know if the next, like, I in the previous video I said that episode 16 is going to be the last one. I think so episode 15 is the last one, if I'm not wrong, correct me. But if it is, like, if the next episode is the last one, I see them having an ending there. It seems like we seem like at the end game. It doesn't seem like we're gonna get another season. So that's good, I guess. But we're still not sure. And there was one more point I wanted to talk about. So let's say now Rika is killed, right? Satoko kills Rika with that sword, let's say, for example. So Rika's dead. And so does that mean that Rika will not have any like time looping powers? Does it mean that? If it means that, then and also like vice versa, like if Rika kills Satoko, so does that mean that Satoko now does not have those time looping powers? And if that is the case, what if, let's say, like right now Rika's in the advantage, so we're gonna just think about that scenario. Rika kills Satoko with that sword. Satoko's done, right? She's dead and she cannot time loop again. So now what if Rika kills herself, not with that sword, but just normally kills herself and time loops back and like creates a new fragment? Now in that fragment, would like Satoko be there? And if she would be there, would she now not have time looping powers and no memory of her past? Like that is the question I have. I don't think so it's gonna be answered if the next episode is the ending. But I'm just thinking about that. Hopefully they don't pull the shit where it's just like they become friends and it was just kind of like an argument between them, a fight between them, and it just made their bond stronger or whatever. I hope that doesn't end up being the case. I really hope. I hope we get something different than that. So yeah, this was like, it is a longer video than usual because this episode was insane and I had a lot to talk about. So yeah, I enjoyed this episode. I'm really looking forward to the next one. Let me know what did you guys feel about it in the comments below. And I will be here for episode number 15 next week. So till then, have a great time. I'll meet you in the next one.